I was like, I need to get my little four-wheel drive. Come on now. And because I was working in dealerships, I was sharing a lot about the Suzuki Jimnys. And I absolutely loved the way that they looked. Small, compact, cute little boxy car, like perfect for a female wanting to get into the four-wheel drive space. It is very intimidating, especially sharing everything online. There is a lot of backlash, but you also, the positive outweighs the negative.
The Outer Side wouldn't be possible without the support of our awesome sponsors, Tyre Gear, Dog and Gun Coffee, and HER TRAX. To keep your adventure secured, head to tyregear.com to check out their awesome range of quality camping accessories, including guy ropes, screw-in tent pegs, tie-downs, and heaps more. Just because you're off-grid doesn't mean you have to drink bad coffee. Check out dogandguncoffee.com to grab yourself some bloody good coffee ready for adventure. When you're out exploring in your four-wheel drive, there's no substitute for safe and effective recovery gear. Head to maxtrax.com.au to shop their huge range of recovery gear, including recovery tracks, kinetic ropes, soft shackles, and more. G'day and welcome to the Outer Side. I'm Tony, and in this episode, I'm joined by Recchi. Welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be on board.
Oh, well, first podcast for you, so
I know.
Let's try and make it a pleasant experience and not a terrible one. We're going to start with the Fast Five. So the Fast Five is very simple. Okay. I will ask you 5 questions, and you just have to answer with the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
What's your dream car?
Oh, Land Cruiser Troopy.
Oh, interesting. That is not the answer I expected, but we will talk more about that. What's your favourite place in Australia?
Ooh, Moreton Island.
Interesting. I've been to Moreton, but I haven't spent much time there. It's definitely somewhere I think I would like to explore a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
I feel like I would want to be an eagle.
Yes.
Because then I could see the world from above, and also like you're kind of high in the food chain at the top.
Yeah, I don't think they have many predators.
No. And yeah, just I feel like you could go to lots of places. So
yeah.
travel.
So it's the travel bug coming through. Very good. Favourite band or music artist?
Ooh, tricky. At the moment, I'm loving a lot of country.
Okay.
At the moment, would probably be Tucker Wetmore.
I have no idea who that is, but I will.
I'm listening to a lot of him lately, but he's not like my quote-unquote favourite. He's just my
it's just
fave at the moment.
It's a phase.
Yeah.
What would you eat for your last meal?
Ooh, I'll definitely be in between a pizza or a Thai meal. I reckon pizza. Like a really nice oven-cooked pizza. Like a proper one. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Very good. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about you. So, obviously, you're very prominent in the four-wheel drive community in Australia now. You've got, well, it's what you do for a job.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But let's take a little bit of a step back. So, what sort of started your interest and your passion for four-wheel drives and for travel?
Yeah. So it started off when I was very young, pretty much born. My parents loved the outdoors. They went on their own camping adventures back in the day to DI with their family and friends, mainly friends. And yeah, they fell in love with it. And when they had me, they obviously had all their friend group, and they pretty much just started camping all together with the kids. And so that's kind of where my love for adventure really began, was in caravan parks. We'd go to DI with the family. Dad would make like handmade showers. I was like in a bucket and like the whole shebang. We had like the massive tents back in the day. Then we did like camper trailers, and then we did a caravan. So yeah, just kind of adventurated from that. And I absolutely loved the outdoors. Did some beach driving back in the day as well when I was like little and I was sitting on my dad's lap on the beach. And that just kind of sparked my love for travel and adventure. And we had like the classic Easter long weekend away, camping with family and friends. Easter mudding would always come, and like it was at the Ivanhoe Dam, and we still do that to this day. And,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
And then, yeah, having my sister having children as well, so seeing them grow up with that is, really magical. So
that's so cool. So for anyone not familiar, DI is Double Island Point.
Oh yeah, double I. Sorry.
No. I'm just conscious that not everybody is familiar with it.
Yeah. So DI is Double Island Point. So it's near Noosa Heads in Queensland.
Yeah, and a beautiful place.
Such a beautiful place.
That is so cool that your family still keeps that tradition going.
Yeah, every Easter. Yeah. So
I think it's so important, right?
So important. Yeah. It is. It's just so incredible because you get to like see all like those family friends like here and there, and Easter's like the one time of the year that we always get together, and it's always such a fun vibe.
That's so good, hey. And so many of my guests, when I ask, how they found their love for the outdoors, it starts when you're so young. Maybe not even aware of how lucky you are to be experiencing that, but it plants a seed in you, right?
I'm so grateful that I grew up in the outdoors. I wasn't an iPad kid at all, like just out in nature exploring, and we had like every single caravan park. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you lost it.
Every single caravan park we went to, my friends and I, like all my family friends, kids, were all like had like the scooter gang and all that kind of stuff, and we used to play like 41 Home and like all that kind of Spotlight. Spotlight was really great back in the day.
Right?
Yeah, caravan parks, and I never wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Like, I would get upset when we had to leave.
Yeah, to go back to reality.
Yeah,
right?
to go back home, like, because I loved just making friends and just being on the scooter, big jumping pillows, like, that was the best.
Yeah, very cool. So from those early experiences as a child, was it something that you kept doing like through your teens and your 20s? Is it like...
Yeah, so it kind of like semi-stopped when I was a teenager. I feel like you go through phases, not that cool, to do that stuff with the fam, but we still did like those Easter long weekends. And then it wasn't until the start of 2021 when I met my partner. I was seeing him at the time, and he invited me to go to Moreton Island with his friends.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, we were literally just seeing each other for 2 weeks then. And I was like, stuff it, why not? Like, what's the worst that could happen, right? I get a good trip out of it, right?
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? Probably something pretty bad, but so you're still with him 5 years later, so that's a good sign.
Literally went on that trip, and that changed everything. Like, re-sparked my love for like full driving, and like all of his mates. I just remember me, because they were all actually over on Moreton Island already, and then I had to get the my cat over. The meerkat, my cat.
My cat. I think.
Yes. Yeah. So I was just by myself with all my bags, and I was like meeting him and all of his friends. It was like I just threw myself in the deep end, but that trip was so special to me, and that's what re-sparked my love for forward driving again and outdoors. So
also, like, pretty ballsy for you to just
very ballsy.
Go, yeah, all right, I'll come. Like those early kind of relationship situations, I suppose, are already a little bit daunting, but then to throw all his mates in as well.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. But at least like his mates had partners as well, so I was like trying to be friends. No, I wasn't on a boys' trip. I feel like that would be weird, eh? So I was met all the girlfriends and stuff, and it was just such a trip of a lifetime. Like, I look back and I was like, that is like the moment that re-sparked everything for me.
That's pretty cool, hey? And it's mad when you can look back and see a particular moment that is so pivotal in terms of changing the whole trajectory of your life, right?
Oh yeah, it changed everything.
So now you're making a living from the four-wheel drive industry.
Yes.
But what were you doing at the time before you went to on that fateful trip to Moreton?
Yeah, so back then I had just finished, I graduated university in 2020. That was obviously COVID.
Yeah.
So I have 2 bachelor degrees. I have a Bachelor of Business, majoring in marketing, and then Bachelor of International Tourism and Hotel Management, majoring in tourism management.
Wow.
Wild. So I really loved the idea of being like something to do in the travel sector or marketing or anything like that, like working with tourism agencies or that kind of stuff. Obviously graduating in COVID, tourism wasn't a thing, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up doing marketing, and I was actually in dealership marketing. So I was in like car marketing for dealerships. So I worked at a company that had 13 dealerships underneath them. There was like Ford, Mercedes, Toyota, Suzuki, MG.
Yeah, right.
And I did that for a bit. And then, yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. And then I did marketing manager for Toyota for a little bit up at the sunny coast.
Very cool.
And then, yeah, it was marketing manager for a four-wheel drive company before I ended up going out on my own.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So when did you make that decision?
I made that decision started last year. I came back from Europe, and Europe does something to you when you go over and travel. And I was like, I was very scared to go out by myself. Also taking a massive risk on yourself. The uncertainty as well. Yeah. There's a lot of risks that I've taken in my life, and they've always ended up amazing. So when you put 100% thought into it and be like, I'm just going to do this for myself, and you've got so much belief in you, if you do it, it always works out.
Yeah.
So
you can't fail if
you
just back
can't.
yourself
And
up.
also, like, if you fail, at least you tried, you know? Like, I'd rather do that than always question myself and always wonder what it could have been. So
I often think that, right? Like how much self-doubt has prevented amazing things from occurring.
oh yeah.
People that have these phenomenal ideas, but then the uncertainty or the anxiety or the fear of failure stops them from ever taking that leap.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the mindset is everything. Like, you are so much more capable than you think. Like, where I am now, if it wasn't for me believing in myself and knowing that there's so much more to this world than, you know, just the basics and, you know, climbing the corporate ladder and stuff. Like, once you get to experience what life has to offer, it is so beautiful. Like, so beautiful. But
And I suppose that's the trade-off, right, for working for yourself, is that absolutely there's that freedom and the flexibility and the potential for, you know,
anything.
anything.
Yeah.
But it's also the fear and the risk and the stress and
It is a
all of
lot.
that stuff that you've got to overcome yourself.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is a
So
lot.
did you just pull the pin on the corporate job and say, nah, that's not what I'm doing anymore?
Yeah, pretty much. It all just kind of fell into place. Like, I actually launched a company with my sister back in 2023. And I was only working like part-time / casual since then. So I wasn't really working full-time for someone. So it was kind of like a good transition to then be into like full-time into myself.
So you kind of already had one foot out the door.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Good.
So.
And what was that company? Is that something they're still doing?
Yes. Yeah. My sisters pretty much own like the 100% majority of it now. But I still do bits and pieces of that. But it's a mindset business for women. So we sell beautiful affirmation card decks and prints for women, and she's the author.
Oh, how cool.
Yes.
And I suppose hearing that then starts to, there's a few pieces falling into place for me in terms of how you've ended up doing what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So you already, I'm assuming you already had a presence on social media there.
Yes.
You're already sharing some of what you're doing.
I started my account at the end of 2022. So since Morton Island, I was like, I need to get my little four-wheel drive. Come on now. And because I was working in dealerships, I was sharing a lot about the Suzuki Jimnys. And I absolutely loved the way that they looked. Small, compact, cute little boxy car, like perfect for a female wanting to get into the four-wheel drive space. And I was already driving a Suzuki Swift. So, you know, it's just
like the logical next step.
Yeah, it's like the Swift but bigger and can go off-road. And a bit more boxier, which I love. And yeah, when I saw it, I was like, that's my next car. Like, I wanted to upgrade anyway at that time because I had my Swift for like 6-7 years. Like, that was like my first car kind of thing. It's like little manual, little buzz box that got me like to uni.
Also, though, the most economical cars on the
so
planet,
good,
right?
so good. And then ended up getting my Jimny in July 2022. And I remember talking to my old boss at the time. And, you know, there were so many Jimny accounts on social media. And I was like, I know what I'm going to call my name. I was like, I'm going to call it HER Jimny. And it was like just very on par with me. And my boss was like, well, that username's taken. I was like, no, but it's going to be mine, right? And sure enough, At the time when I decided to make an account and I had my car, the girl that owned the account name, she ended up buying a D-Max.
Oh, really?
So
Had to rebrand to her D-Max.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she did. But I bought like the username off of her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she swapped her username because she was like holding it and was trying to sell it. Little me sold it for I bought it for $100.
Oh.
And I was like,
I was going to say, what is an Instagram handle worth? I've never really considered buying one.
yeah, there actually happens quite frequently, to be fair. But yeah, I bought the username and then I just started posting at the end of 2022.
Yeah.
And then just kind of cutesy photos of my car. It was mainly just shots of the car, like very iconic, classic beach photos. And then it wasn't until end of 2023 that I kind of started sharing more of like my face and installs and all that kind of stuff. And that's when I started to do a lot more solo travel.
Yep.
And that's kind of where it like blew up.
That's cool.
So,
and it's amazing to me as someone that works in marketing, obviously. Photos of a cool car, great. Photos of a cool car with a face in them, it's like that gets a whole other level of engagement, right?
Yeah.
People want to know the person behind the vehicle.
yes.
They really want to know you, right?
Oh, 100%. And back in the day, there wasn't any, there was a couple of girls doing it, but not many girls were showing their adventures being like, come on a solo trip with me to DI and go forward driving, set up camp. And I did all that, and that, like those videos, that's what really took off my account. So
well, and I suppose from there to what you're doing now makes a lot of sense. But the community that you're building within the four-wheel drive community around empowering females and encouraging them to get out and experience it for themselves rather than with the partner or the alternative. And I think it's something that's really important in this day and age. And it goes back to what we're talking about: getting kids outside, getting them off screens, all of that.
yes.
It's not just for the blokes.
No.
Like, girls have got just as much to gain from doing that stuff. So I think it's really interesting. One question I do have for you though, as a young female, solo camping, was that really daunting for you, or were you so comfortable being outside that you just like that's just a next step for you?
I've always wanted to do it. It did take a lot for me to be like, I'm just going to do it kind of thing. It does play a massive stuff in your mind, especially as a female going solo camping, is just the safety, really. That's the main thing.
Right?
Yeah, it's the reality. There's lots of, shows that talk about safety, what has happened with females that go out alone and stuff. But the main thing is that I feel way safer going out solo out in the bush than I do in a city.
And that is completely fair, because there's a lot more crazy people in the cities than there are out in the bush, right?
Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I loved the outdoors, and I was like, stuff it. I'm not going to wait for anyone to do it. Like, if I want to go on a trip, I don't need to wait for someone to come on a trip with me. And I just ended up doing it. And that was like I still remember that trip. And
where was the first one?
DI.
I was, yeah.
So I had no reception. I don't recommend this for anyone starting out, especially as a female.
Here's a list of what not to do.
Yeah. I was really comfortable at DI. Like, DI felt like a really safe space for me. So yeah, I went to DI, had no reception, messaged like my family, and I was like, if you don't hear back from me at this time, please call someone.
This is my last known coordinates.
Yeah, so, and it was like the most empowering trip I've ever done. Like, just being out there by yourself, setting up by yourself, like no reception, you completely switched off and just under the stars, and it was the most powerful thing ever. Like,
that's so cool.
good. Yeah.
And you obviously loved it because you then continued to do it, right?
Yes.
Was there anything that you learnt on that first trip by yourself that you weren't expecting? Like, were there any surprises?
Well, that trip was the first time I used my air compressor by myself.
Yeah, right.
Because I'd always use it with someone, like with my partner or someone there, like kind of guiding it.
Yeah.
But because I was doing it all by myself, I just did it, and I was like, oh, that's actually bloody easy. Because you know how sometimes when you have people around you, you're like, oh, it'd be easier if they did it or whatever.
Yeah,
and it's
watch.
like, but just being able to do it everything yourself, just the feeling so empowered doing it and knowing that you can do it and not like psyching yourself out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned a lot about myself as well, I feel. Especially, have you gone solo camping?
Yeah, it's a really weird thing to be completely by yourself.
Yeah, I feel like you learn a lot about yourself, your tolerance, what you like, what you don't like. You also learn what you might need too, because like sometimes you forget something, you're like, oh, maybe that's good, so you ride on for the next trip kind of thing. So it's all about growth and learning, and you know, I think that's the beauty of it.
A little bit of problem solving.
Yeah.
Having to deal with whatever situations arise.
Whatever happens, yeah. But the main thing is that whenever you go on like beaches, especially in Queensland stuff, if you get bogged or if you need someone to like help you, like everyone in Australia is so willing to help, you know? So, you know, there's always people around and willing to help out if you need anything. So.
Yeah, that's so true. And it's one of the things that I love the most about the four-wheel drive community. And I'm a member of a lot of the recovery Facebook groups.
Oh, yes.
And it's so amazing to me. It can be like a Tuesday night at 11 p.m. and someone's like, oi, I've fully cooked it. My car's like in a bog hole and it's full of water. And all these people will go out to help them, right? And I think it's so
special.
good.
So special, yeah. So
because I think I'd like to think that those that are willing to help have probably been in those situations themselves.
Yeah.
And it can be very overwhelming if you're a little bit inexperienced, but it's so good seeing people come together and help each other.
That's probably the number one thing I love about the four-wheel drive community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely some negatives, but I think the positives far outweigh the negatives.
100%.
And that's why we'll still
Yes, that's why we also do it,
love
right?
being part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from that first trip to DI, were you filming content then, or did you just go out there just to do it?
I was filming content then as well, but that was my first content piece that I did when I was obviously solo camping, because it was my first time solo camping, right? So I did like some installs and I did like cleaning my car and just like some other like kind of aesthetic travel kind of mashup videos.
Yep.
But yeah, that's kind of what sparked my love for like bringing my community along on my adventures, because also women loved seeing it. Like they were like, well, she can do it, I can do it. And I was like, hell yeah, you can, because if I can do it, I bet your ass you can too.
Yeah, and I think that's for so many people, guys and girls, right?
Yeah.
There's this, I've got to have certain mods, or I've got to have this experience, or I've got to have this. It's like, actually, you don't need any of that.
You just need to have like the willingness to learn and do it.
Yeah.
You know, like and having like that growth mindset and just supporting yourself in doing it and believing it. You know, like believing yourself is the number one thing.
Yeah, definitely. Do you find that having the camera there helps, as in you kind of feel like you're not by yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like talking to my community. I'm like, come on guys, come.
Yeah, they're with you, right?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
That's kind of nice. And from seeing your content, it's very obvious that you're not just doing it as an act. You actually love doing what you're doing, and that really comes through in the way you portray yourself, and you can tell that you're out there just having a mad time and you're happy to be filming it, which I think is really nice.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's so good.
And so how did that then change? So you did your first solo camping trip, you didn't die, that's good.
I know.
You made it back.
Everything all good.
Yeah, everything went well. So that, I suppose, started
everything.
A bit of a snowball, right?
Yes, it did, yeah. So, yeah, I loved that solo camp, and I was like, I'm gonna do more, and I ended up doing more, and then I actually had like my first girls kind of camp with my best friend now called Maddie.
Yep.
And she hit me up through socials and asked if I wanted to go on a girls camp trip. Never met her in my life, and I was like, yeah, let's go. So I met her the night we camped. And then, I feel like we kind of sparked girl camping from that video. That video went viral.
Yep.
And yeah, that's kind of what started my love for girl camping as well, like going out with like other girls and like just spending time in nature and just connecting with women who love doing the thing that you love, you know? And yeah, just sharing that. And that's kind of where I wanted to obviously start HER TRAX, was because I wanted to meet more like-minded women. And when I first started four-wheel driving, there wasn't a space where I could learn more in a safe, fun, empowered environment with other like-minded girls or women. And yeah, that's kind of what started back then in my mind. And I was like, I want to do this. So that's kind of...
So was there anything like that? Was there anything like that going on? Now, obviously, I'm not close to it. I wouldn't be invited.
There was like a couple of groups, but there wasn't anything like I wanted it to be, if that makes sense. There wasn't anything that, like women's retreats. There wasn't really any full driving camp retreats for women to like learn, connect, have that mindset element to it as well. My events are very like curated to like the experiences and form like-minded connections. I hosted one literally 2 weeks ago at Stockton Beach, and I had 8 girls, and I had a girl get a tattoo to remember her experience.
Wow.
So
like
that was
proper
crazy.
Changing people's lives.
Yeah. So just having that, like creating those experiences for women, there wasn't anything like that at the start, and that's what made me want to start it. And that's kind of where it all kind of happened with like the girls trips, and I was like, why isn't there anyone doing like this kind of stuff? Or like, you know, everyone would message me being like, how can I meet like-minded women? Like, how do you meet your friends or whatever? And it just kind of was like a snowball effect, really. Like everyone was kind of telling me what they needed, and I fixed that.
You answered them. How good's that though, right? Like they're presenting you with a problem that you can solve.
Yeah.
And I guess for me, that's one of the most beautiful parts about social media. Everyone talks about all the negatives of social media and how bad it is and how evil it is and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
I reckon social media is amazing.
So amazing.
Some of my best mates are people that I met on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's the same, it's very similar to what you're describing though, right? Like like-minded people, and we'd never have run into each other because we're from different parts of the world, but then you form this
social media
connection.
Is so amazing. And like just even sharing your journey and your stories, like sharing my journey from when I first started solo adventuring to now, like I've solo camped and adventured in like 3 different states and more counting.
Good.
But yeah, just sharing that journey and like inspiring, like it's crazy the amount of messages that I get. I'm very blessed and grateful, but I still feel so surreal seeing those messages come through and just having people, like women especially, message me saying that like I've inspired them to do, like I'm getting emotional talking about it.
It's pretty powerful, right?
Yeah, like women messaging me being like, you've inspired me to like take this trip, or like, you know, do the solo camp, or you know, get out of my comfort zone and know that I can do it. Like those messages are like, it makes everything worthwhile. Like it literally, like you can't pay for that, right? Like,
yeah, definitely not. And especially when it's something that's been such a big part of you.
Yeah.
And then now you're able to share that with others and bring them along for the journey and start their own paths, right?
Yeah.
And who knows where some of those girls will end up, right?
Yeah, it's so incredible. And just even like being at the full drive shows like last year, like that in itself was very surreal, like them hitting me up and I spoke on stage, and then I had like my own stand, and like meeting my community in person, like that was the best thing in the world to
Makes
me.
it all a bit more real, right? Than disconnected via
yeah.
a phone or a computer or whatever.
Like because you can see the messages, and the messages mean so much, but when you see people in face to face and have those conversations, like that's next level. Like that's so powerful.
Yeah, and I guess I say this a bit on here, but nobody that I've met likes being called an influencer, right?
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a dirty word.
No.
But what I think when I think of someone who is influential is what you're describing is you're influencing people to make great decisions and go and live the life outside. So, you know, everyone thinks influencer equals pushing a product.
Definitely
You've got to pay the bills somehow.
Yeah.
But really, what I think is the influence that you have is an entirely positive one on your community, which is so good.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be more of that, right? A little bit more positive than negative.
Yeah.
this is, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but do you ever get the imposter syndrome feeling? Like when you've got people messaging you all the time and coming up wanting photos with you at shows?
100%.
How do you work through that?
It is really hard because sometimes, I mean, we're only human at the end of the day. I feel like especially as women, we still do get in our heads sometimes, be like, who am I to be here? But just obviously comes back to like the believing in yourself and knowing you're there for a reason. You've like worked so hard to be where you are. Yes, I still do get imposter syndrome. I feel like that's just here and there
I think it's pretty normal.
Pretty normal, yeah, because especially when you've grown so much, especially in like such a small amount of time, everything's changing. You're like, wow, like I'm here, but it's also like very overwhelming. Like,
definitely.
Also you get in your head being like, who am I to be here? Like, you know, that kind of stuff. But
yeah, but you're not telling someone how to rebuild an engine. You're literally sharing your experiences.
Exactly,
right? So
exactly.
Your lived experiences and then sharing that with others to try and open their eyes to what's possible.
Yeah. And
which you're entirely qualified to do,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So, but nah, it's so incredible just to be there and meeting everyone. But.
Yeah, definitely. So, did Maddie already have a Jimny when she reached out to you?
Yes.
Did you form your friendship over a shared love of Jimnys?
So she did have the Jimny.
Yeah.
Our Jimnys are the same age.
Ah.
They're
Same
both
birth year.
they're both year, same birth year. 2022. So she already had the Jimny, and then we've been following each other for a while. She was doing like the camping too, like solo camping, and I was doing solo camping, and then she just messaged me like randomly, was like, "Hey, I'm going up to Queensland. Do you want to camp like this night?" And I was like, "Yeah."
That's so good.
And it was actually, we went to a hip camp, and there was this like the guy in a buggy like showing us around, and he's like, "Oh, how did you guys meet? Like how long have like you guys like, you know?"
Yeah, about 25 minutes.
Yeah. So we said that. We're like, "Oh, we literally like met 10 minutes ago," and then the face expressions, like the facial expressions this man showed, he was concerned.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, like he kind of thought we were joking, but we were literally not joking.
A bit of a generational gap there, potentially.
Yeah.
Which for us is so normal. Like, we met on the internet. That's
it is so normal. Yeah. So, but she already had the Jimny, and then, we kind of, whenever we go on trips, we always get looked at because we're just like the two girls, the two Jimnys and stuff. Yeah. We've also had like a couple of people like talk to us in terms of like when we're at Morton Island, for example, we were at the pub and we had our cars like parked up against each other, and a guy came over and was like, older man, and he couldn't get his head wrapped around the concept of two girls but driving two cars, like they're not together in one car. Kind of thing. He's like, you both drive cars separately, and we're like, yeah, and he was like, but why? It was just so confusing to him why women want to be driving their own cars.
But why would it be any different to guys driving their own cars, right?
Exactly. But it was just wild. That was wild.
That's the whole thing about the car community more broadly, right? Is like the vehicle is so important. It's part of the identity. And it's
and you build it to like you, right?
It's an extension of your personality.
Yes.
That's the way I see it anyway.
And I love it. I love seeing like the different builds and like, because you really see themselves in it, right? Yeah. Like what is suited to them, what they love, what they don't love. And
I say it all the time. It's like, it's automotive expression.
Yes.
You know, it's like an extension of your personality. And that's why I think it's so funny when someone judges or has something negative to say about your vehicle, because you're like, well, I don't really care, man, because I built it for me. Like,
you're not driving it.
Yeah, you don't own it, so don't do that then.
Yeah.
Go buy a different car and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And I think for me anyway, the individual expression that you see with all the different cars, you go to a full drive show and it's like, no two are the same.
No.
Right? And that's the cool part.
I love it. I love seeing all the different builds at shows. Yeah. It's so good.
And your little Jimny is very well equipped. I had a little look over it recently.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. So what you've sort of done to it, and anything maybe that you've done that you then regretted or changed? Because I always love hearing about those ones.
Yeah. So Literally, I had my Jimny for 2 weeks before I modified it. Fair.
Yep. After my own heart. Good.
Yeah, so I upgraded suspension and tyres after 2 weeks of owning it, and that made a huge difference on like the Jimny. Jimny, especially 3-door, can be a little bit sway on the highway depending on like the wind and all that. So upgrading suspension and bigger tyres, all legal, helped so much with like the stability of the car in itself. And then, yeah, pretty much decked it out, got the fridge, the drawer system, got my lithium battery in the back. And that's kind of where I was like, well, what adventures do I want to go on? Like back then I was still trying to figure that out.
Yep.
And that's when I was like, you know, people say there's no two best of both worlds. Like you either have one car for touring, one car for wheeling. You can't really mesh them together. Like you can try, but there's always like a hit and miss, right? There's always a wayer. And I love traveling. So I was like, I'm going to build it for touring and for my love for adventure and for me to go out and explore Australia. So yeah, pretty much like decked it out with all the stuff that I love. I love the aesthetics.
Yep.
If you look at my car, you know, it's all custom, HER Jimny, everything. And yeah, I've pretty much, decked it out to be able to tour.
Yep.
There is a couple of things that I would change that I'm in the works of changing, which is suspension.
Yep.
Because I've got a lot of weight in my car.
I was going to say you've added a lot of weight since then, right?
Yes, yeah. So upgrading that and then also adding GVM.
Yep.
And yeah, maybe just some other.
What's the GVM on a Jimny, like 1,100 kilos or something?
Yeah, it's very small.
What does a 3-door Jimny weigh, just out of curiosity? Do you know?
No.
But like,
I don't.
Not much would be my guess.
No, it's like very light, but with all the stuff that I have on, it's like very tippy, especially because I'm over roof weight, which is a very big topic on the Jimnys.
Yeah.
Because the roof weight limit's 30.
Really?
Yeah. And my roof rack is 22 in itself.
So you throw a swag and like one other thing up there and you're over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And I guess the thing that I really admire in a lot of ways about the Jimny crew and girls, guys, whatever.
It's a cult.
Okay, I'm glad you said it. It is a cult. The Jimny cult.
It is.
I'm sure people are going to come after me in the comments for saying this, but lots of vehicles have cult followings, right?
Yes.
Like I own an 80 series Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
That's got a cult
That's
following.
Cult, yeah.
But there is something particularly culty about the Suzuki Jimny owner's cult.
It is. It is next level. Like there's no other car community that's like a Jimny community.
Nah, it's wild.
Loud and proud.
Nah, and I think it's so cool because they are just this like comically small little vehicle, super capable.
So good.
And one thing that I didn't know until I actually looked under one on a hoist one day is all of the Ison componentry. So like all of that really high-end Japanese OEM componentry is in those vehicles.
Yeah.
So they're from factory. They're like a proper four-wheel drive. It's not a toy, right?
No. I mean, they're kind of like a toy.
They look like a toy, but they're very capable.
Yeah, they're very capable.
And very light. It's I think it's beautiful that I imagine if you drive past another Jimny, you
have to wave.
You get a
like
little
that's
acknowledgement.
the law.
Right? Yeah.
Like we have a Jimny law, like you have to wave. If you see another Jimny parked where you're going and you're parking, you have to park next to it. Yeah. Like if there's a spot, obviously.
No, go and move your car. I need to park there, mate.
Yeah. So like the Jimny community is such an awesome community. Like the friends that I've met through like Jimny meetups and like all that kind of stuff, like they're very welcoming. I love it so much. Like I've met pretty much, I think all my friends have Jimnys. Like I don't think I've got a friend that...
If you don't have a Jimny, you can't be friends with Paris.
No, but like I've met through like all my friends, like through the Jimny community or like my events. And most of them have Jimnys. So it's like...
I'm pretty sure that this was on your page. Did you go to a Victorian Jimny festival of some description?
It was with Suzuki Australia because I'm an ambassador for Suzuki Australia and Suzuki Queensland, which is crazy in itself. Yeah. But yeah, I went down to Victoria. It was a Suzuki swarm. Yeah. That's what they call it. So there was like, I don't know how many Jimnys there were. There was so many, like over 50. Yeah. I don't know. Lots of Jimnys. And we did the Great Ocean Road together and then we all like parked up at this like really nice, beautiful park. We had like a Suzuki DJ going and like we had like Suzuki games and it was just so much fun. Like the energy, like, because you can just chat about like when you've got, obviously you would know with like the 80s series, the people there, if you, like when you see the people, and it's just so easy to talk to, right? Because you just talk about
because you have that
your
shared
love for the
right?
shared love for the car. So, and it's so awesome to see like different builds and stuff. Like obviously you would have gone to a meetup, so you see all the different 80s series builds and stuff, and it's awesome to see how different they are. Like in one space, you're like, whoa, this is overwhelming. But it's so awesome.
Yeah, and you come home with heaps of ideas of how you can ruin all financial security for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because it is a very expensive sport.
Yeah.
Driving.
Yeah. I never thought that I would end up where I am in terms of how much money I've spent on four-wheel drives. But you know what? I don't regret it because
you live and you learn.
The experiences that you get to have with those vehicles is what makes it all worth it.
And you also get to learn so much. Like if you break something, you get to learn how to fix that, or like, you know, what could be better, or, you know, like there's so much learning and all that with four-wheel driving. Like I'm still learning myself. There's so much to know.
It never stops, right?
Yeah.
I'm the first to admit I'm not an expert in anything.
Oh, me either.
But
100%.
I think the learning is fun.
It's so much fun. And you have to have the willingness to learn, you know? To be able to do it.
Well, I remember looking at some of your videos when you went to that Suzuki Swarm thing, and I just thought, how bloody cool is that, right?
It was so good, so good.
So one thing I am curious about with the obvious physical size of the vehicle, you're not like me with a massive wagon where I can put quite a bit of crap into it, right? You have to be very considered in terms of the gear that you take.
You have to be good at Tetris.
Yes, but also you have a physical limitation in how much stuff you can fit in the car.
Yeah.
So was that a bit of a sort of an iterative process for you? Like, did you want to take stuff and then go, oh, hang on a minute, that's not going to work?
100%. And like trips like this, so I've been on the road for 3 weeks now, like living out in my car, and I've been camping as well as going in accommodation with the four-wheel drive show and all that kind of stuff. Also like hosting a retreat as well, so logistic wise, merch, getting down here and stuff, you can't fit all that in a Jimny.
No.
So you need to be really conscious about what you're taking, like what the trip is specifically, what you actually need, like what is a must, and needs, and wants also, like wants are like a major, like you might want this, but you obviously can't fit it in the Jimny.
Yeah.
So, but there's definitely a list that you have to adhere by, because I'm definitely an overpacker. Like I pack so many clothes.
Yeah, right, okay.
Like my whole passenger is like
the wardrobe.
Like wardrobe, toiletries, everything, like electrical stuff. Like that's my passenger.
Yeah.
And then all the rest is in the back.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
And I love the people that listen to this show regularly would be sick of me talking about this, but I'm really enjoying paring everything back.
Yeah, like back to basics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just did a month in the Kimberley in a single cab GQ with like nothing. I had a swag and a fridge pretty much.
Oh, wow.
And I had the fattest time. Like it was so good.
Sometimes back to basics is the best, because sometimes people think that you need to have the biggest, best car, you need to have all these modifications and accessories to have fun, and you really don't. Like I hear people that have like a 79 series fully decked out, and they had better time in their like little bashed up Triton and stuff like back in the day, like because you built for different purposes, right?
Yeah.
But that shouldn't stop you from not going or not having a good time just because your car isn't where you want it to be, right?
No, and I think making do with just what you need is kind of part of the beauty of going into the bush in the first place. Like, don't try and replicate your at-home experience in the bush.
No, completely different.
Probably stay at home, eh?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I think it's cool, and like the fact that you're still in a swag.
Yeah.
You know, and you said you went from like the tent to the camper to the caravan with your family.
Yeah.
And now you've sort of gone full circle and you're back in a swag.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, you don't need much, right?
No, you don't need much at all.
What is one thing that you can't live without while you're camping? Oh, apart from the obvious. So like, let's not talk about like food, water, shelter.
Okay. And obviously not toiletries.
No,
I
like things that keep you alive. Let's just assume.
I don't know.
No, there's not one thing that you're like, I must take that, even though I have the world's smallest four-wheel drive.
I'm like very basic, to be fair. Yeah, as long as if I've got my essentials, I don't need much. Maybe just an oxy shred.
All right, I'm going to show either my age or my ignorance here. What the hell is an oxy shred?
Like an energy drink.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, they're like the gym pre-workout?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay.
Like it's not an essential, but it's like...
No, I'm pretty sure they are not essential for life.
But yeah, it's
a treat.
It's nice to have,
Yeah.
Especially when I do long trips.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of a stimulant every now and then doesn't go astray.
But yeah, apart from that, like I only need the basics. Like I'm not... Like I feel like stereotypically lots of people look at me and be like, oh, she's like high maintenance, she has this and that. But I'm like very chill. Like I just need the basic stuff to get me through. Oxy shred is a bonus, that's all.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit more about HER TRAX. So when you started that business, what was your sort of vision for it?
Yeah, so obviously when I first got into four-wheel driving, there wasn't anything that I envisioned for women back in the day. So there wasn't really a space where I felt like I could learn new skills or meet new people that are, especially as women in like their 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, like it's hard to meet like-minded women that are into that stuff, right? Because obviously I feel like it's a little bit easier for men.
Oh, it's a super male-dominated
Very
pursuit.
male-dominated industry. So it's a lot obviously easier for men to meet others, but it also is very intimidating for women to get into the sport because when I first started, it is very intimidating, especially sharing everything online. There is a lot of backlash, but you also, the positive outweighs the negative. And yeah, back then I wanted to meet other like-minded women. There wasn't a space where I felt like there was like a fun, safe environment for women to learn, meet others. And there wasn't any like specifically retreat spaces where it's like full driving camp retreats, or it's like 2-night event. You get to go out full driving during the day with the girls, have those really nice, genuine conversations at night around the fire, get down to earth, and then also have like that mindset element before you go off the tracks with the girls, tapping into like the mindset and doing like card readings and also like the affirmation side and also like meditation as well, because I do that on my retreats before I take the girls off the tracks.
Oh, very good.
Because the main thing about women in four-wheel driving is that if they know that they believe in themselves and they are capable within, they can do anything. Like they can literally tackle the track. So especially like I still get sometimes intimidated by tracks I see, right? And I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. Like that's very hectic. But when I switch my mindset, being like, no, I can do like that can be challenging, but awesome growth, and I can do it. Breeze.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, there wasn't anything like that as well that tapped into that kind of space. And that's kind of where I was like, I want to start HER TRAX, and I wanted to, obviously the name says it itself. I wanted the journey of like the female to, be able to have that safe space where they can learn, adventure, have fun with the girls.
And probably remove a little bit of the intimidation of having the blokes watching, 100%,
yes, 100%, yeah. So it's all purely girls.
Yeah, which I think is great. And I've always thought of any automotive pursuit as the great leveler between genders, because it's like you don't need to be physically super strong, or you don't have to have any sort of physical attribute that says that you're good or bad at it.
Yeah.
The vehicle is the leveler, right?
100%, yeah.
So how many camps have you done?
A lot.
You don't know.
I don't, wait, I'll count. So I launched end of last year. My first retreat, my camp retreat, was actually in Victoria. So that wasn't even in Queensland where I'm from, which was
Just
wild.
to add another dimension of difficulty to
yeah,
it.
Yeah, why not? Because I soft launched at the Melbourne 4x4 show, so I got girls to sign up there. So I already had a community down there willing to get on board with it. So yeah, I hosted one in Victoria end of last year, depending on if we're talking about retreats or events. But I think I've hosted 4 or 5 retreats.
Yeah, wow. Already this year.
Since I launched, from end of last year. And then events as well would be, I think, 3 more.
Okay, so you're busy.
Very busy, yeah. I did 3 weeks back to back, like 2 weeks ago, like 3 weekends back to back. So
very cool. So if someone's
crazy.
interested in getting amongst the events that you do, what's the best way to, is it obviously to follow you, but then have you got separate pages?
Yes,
for
all
Her
separate
Tracks?
pages, yeah. So Her Tracks on Instagram, Tracks with an X.
Yep.
And then also hertrax.com is where people can sign up and get access to all the upcoming retreats. But yeah, I'm currently hosting retreats in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and I'm doing one in WA end of this year.
Wild.
Yeah. So, and then I'll make my way to Northern Territory and South Australia start next year.
That's so good, and I'll include all the links as always in the description. But I think it's so awesome what you're doing. It's really cool. It's nice to see someone doing something different.
Yeah,
and it's a different dimension of the 4-wheel drive community.
100%.
And I think the more people like you who are willing to give it a crack and create something, the stronger the whole community becomes, and the more fun it is for everyone. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Like my mission was to always empower women to go outdoors, like to know that they're capable of doing the thing, and just to inspire more women to get out. Like that's all I've ever wanted, like on my platform. So yeah, very special.
Well, very impressive, and I look forward to seeing where you can take it. So keep up the great work.
Yeah, thank you. No, I really appreciate it.
And thank you for taking the time to come and see me and spend a little bit of time. It's been great to hear more of your story and what you're up to.
Yeah, thank you.
Safe travels, eh?
Yeah, back on the road.
And we will see all of you next time on the outer side.